This is Chad Warner from Optimwise, and today I'd like to show you the WordPress Playground. The WordPress Playground is a way to run WordPress entirely inside your browser. So it's a way that you can easily test plugins and themes and anything related to WordPress without needing to create a new instance of WordPress on a web server, or even worse, doing that testing on a live website. So you can get there by going to wordpress.org/playground. And once you're there, you'll see some information about how it works, what you can do with it. So feel free to read that. There's some documentation that gives some more detail. And then if you want to start playing with it, you just click Explore Playground, and that opens playground.wordpress.net. So let's look at that. So again, this is just running entirely in my browser here. So you'll see I've got a copy of WordPress. It's very basic. Not much is set up to begin with. And actually, there's initially no network access. So if I try to install a plugin, it'll warn me right now, network access is experimental, it's opt-in. So by default, it's turned off. So I would not be able to install a plugin from the WordPress directory, install themes from the WordPress directory. But this can pretty easily be enabled. So gear icon up here, we've got allow network access. You can also do things like create a multi-site network. You can change the version of WordPress. So this is useful if you need to test an older version. If you want to test the latest version, the nightly, you can, I think, get even older versions. There's an option here for that. You can change PHP. Right now, it's currently 8.0 by default. You can jump it up to a newer version if you want, or an older version. Again, if you need to do some testing of older versions, you can change the language. Lots of options there. So I'm going to apply settings and reset the playground, and that takes just a few seconds. Okay, so now that I have network access, I should be able to install a new plugin. So let's go here, add a new plugin. Let's install the Yoast plugin. And it is searching the WordPress plugin directory. I can install it, I can activate it. All right, so I could continue to configure that if I wanted to. Same thing with themes. Right now, there's just the 2025 theme installed. Let's say that I want to, so let's take a look at what this looks like right now. So I'm going to go visit the site in a new tab. All right, so very basic. This is just 2025. And if I want to switch it to 2024, let's install and activate that. Okay, now let's go refresh this, see what this looks like. All right, so I've got a new look here because I've got a new theme. Okay, so you can do all that kind of experimentation. You can create posts, you can upload media, you can create pages, all the things that you would normally do in WordPress. Now, if you close this tab and go about your browsing and then you come back to WordPress Playground, this will not persist because it's just living inside your browser. Right now, it's very ephemeral. So if you do want to save this, you do have an option to do that with this menu up here. So you can, right here, you can either export to GitHub, so you'll log into your GitHub account and link it that way. You can also just download it as a zip file. You can do some other things in here. So once you've exported to either GitHub or zip file, later you could come back in here and use this menu, and you could import from GitHub or import from a zip file. So those are some options. Blueprints are some kind of preset configurations. You can go look at those. There are demos that people have created that you can go look at, and then the documentation again, and then the playground on GitHub, which has documentation and some other information. So these are some of the demos that you could go through that just kind of show what you can do with the playground. So this is just a easy to use, quick tool for doing some experimentation with WordPress without needing to spin up a new instance of WordPress on some hosting or mess around with any of your current websites.